Hi everyone, welcome back to History Hobo Plays TimeGuessr. We've been having some really decent games this week, mostly over 40,000 points, and some getting very close to our personal best. Let's see if we can edge even closer to that personal best or even break it. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Let's get into the game. Okay, here we go. Ooh, Bank of Honolulu. That's a good location. I would assume that we are in Hawaii then. The tropical surroundings seem to fit with that as well. Any other things that would suggest it's anything different? I don't think we're going to see anything else that contradicts that, to be honest. It looks pretty much like it. Some kind of like soapbox thing, is it? I don't know. Although soapbox is supposed to be down a hill, but these guys are actually pushing it. Let's go into Hawaii. Hawaii, that's right. Honolulu. Don't think we're going to get any clues as to what road we're on, but I think we'd be pretty close to downtown, maybe by the beach. Do we look like we could be near the beach? Definitely could be. I don't really know much about Hawaii. I'd like to go there though. It looks like a nice place. Maybe down here. Is there a beach by there? It looks kind of built up in this area. Let's have a look at the satellite. We have beaches here. Then I think we might be just in the downtown area, maybe somewhere like that. Fairly central, should be fine, as long as it's on Honolulu. Now the year of this is going to be a little tricky. Let's think. These shorter shorts make me think more 80s. High socks, Nike trainers. Definitely more 80s-ish. Trying to think when are these Jordans? I'm trying to think if they are. That would have been, well, they might not be Jordans because it might be a little early for it. Trying to remember that movie, the Nike movie, when they started, because Jordans obviously came around with Michael Jordan when he was starting out his career in basketball. That was in the 90s for sure, I think, or maybe late 80s. Let's see, any other, again, high socks, short shorts, seems 80s to me. Could be 70s, but it's going to be a difficult one. It doesn't strike me as being 90s, this. It seems more 80s to me. Let's go with it. It's going to be a quick round. I'm going to say 86. Then hopefully we're not in the late 70s and losing a load of points. I just want to double check anything else. Can I see any cameras that have been used to record or anything? Can't really see anything. Nothing that's going to give it away. These kind of afro looking style here, and this guy has a bit of a fro. Could be make it a bit more early 80s. So I think I might actually move that down to 82 and hope that I didn't just move it off the correct date. That'll hedge that for the late 70s as well. Let's go for it. Yeah, so 76. Should have gone with that gut thinking it's 70s, but so crowd watching the annual Carol Kai bed race. Ah, it's a bed, that's what it is. Okay. Not terrible. Location was very good. Only 300 odd meters off. The year lost us some points, but it's manageable. Okay, what do we have here? This is a very interesting one. What language is this? Le Pomo Jakavila. Jar like this makes me think Scandinavian possibly. What have we got up here? We've got two places. Elaine, 20 kilometers. That's a strange, is that a 2 or a 9? I can't tell. It might be a 2, I think. And Oripancula. Sounds strange. I'm not really sure straight off the bat as to what country this might be. Still think possibly Scandinavian, but not really sure. Have we got any clue on the number plate here? No, not really. It's a strange letter here. It's just a 2 again, isn't it? It's just the way they're writing their 2s is very odd. but it's a wooden building. What have we got here? Capilla. Is it possibly Finland? Or something like that. Let's have a look at these chaps back here. Not really telling us anything there. We also have Luoka with a double K. I think that could be a Finnish thing. I'm just gonna have a quick look in the map and see if I can see anywhere with like double K's as a common way of writing. Sometimes you can get languages based on that, the association of letters together. And we're just looking for Elaine or Opriclale, I don't know. So we have any double K's? We have a lot of double A's in Finnish. I always struggle to identify Finnish language, so I don't know why. It's just one of those ones it's hard to associate. It's a bit different from the other Scandinavian languages. And Finland is a massive country, so if we're not in, even if we go southern Finland near Helsinki, we could be still many points off. I'm not seeing any double K's. I might have a quick look at the other Scandinavian countries just to see. Do we see any in Sweden? Not really. I think we might be struggling on location here. And in Norway, doesn't sound Norwegian. Norwegian has a more identical sound to me. I think we might go Finnish. The question is, as I say, if I click down here near Helsinki and it's up here, it's a lot of points to lose. Elaine. I really don't know. It could be. Well, we're not using Cyrillic, so that helps us. So we have Tampere to Turku. So is this where this bus is going and coming from? Definitely Turku. Now there's Turku. And where is Tampere? So we are in Finland. So my instinct was correct here. Let's see if we can find Elaine or the other one near Turku. I might just speed this up if I need to. Okay, I think I've got close to it. I don't think I'm going to be able to pinpoint it exactly. I had a look. I found Turku, and then here is Tampere, the other place that the bus is coming from. Not sure how to pronounce it. And I checked both roads that go there. So the two routes that you could really take would be along this highway here, which looks like a more modern highway, and then along this older road. And on the way down here, I couldn't find Elaine anywhere. And I can't find this full name. But I did find Oripa. And that's the same beginning here. So I'm not sure if this is like a suffix or something that goes on the end, meaning something else. I can't find anything linking to exactly this. But it says 1.2 kilometers away. So I'm thinking we might be about 1.2 kilometers away from here, so I think we'll leave that as the location. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get, really. Now the year is going to be old. This is an old vehicle for sure. What about the bus? I'm thinking 30s possibly. We do have the foot plate going over from the wheel arches. It's more of a 30s thing. It's a bit later than the 20s cars that were much boxier and slightly higher standing. So I think we might be in the 30s. I'm not sure exactly when. I think 33 sounds like a good year. There's nothing else to give away the year apart from a 32 there. Was that the year the car was registered? We'll go on a punt on that, although it might not be brand new at the time. It looks possible that it was new for the time. So actually, I'll leave it at 33. Say that bus is 1 year old, and let's go for it. Our location was good. It was 26 though earlier. Again, our year's losing us points here, but where were we then? So we were slightly off the main road, so maybe this is an even older road that they were taking. But could we see the name of this building or anything? No. But location was still very good. Only 1.3 kilometers off. Next round. First thing that strikes me is a lot of accents on the writing. So are we in Hungary, as I always say? Interesting. Let's have a look. Buddha. Did I say Buddha? Could be something to do with Budapest, maybe. I know Buddha is one side of the river and Pest is the other side, I believe. And then they combined the two cities to make Budapest. We do have a lot of accents. Huskes. I have no idea, it's a long word. Gyorsorpen. Could well be Hungarian. I've never been to Hungary, so I can't really recognize any buildings. Could also be Czech, to be honest. Anything? Lotto. Don't know what the hell's going on here in the middle of the road. Here, all the cars blocking. Has there been a crash? Is there some kind of demonstration going on? Do we have any other location clues? What's this say? Biztozitas. There's a casino. This is an interesting one. I do not know immediately. Do we have any words in Hungarian that long and sound the same? Yeah, looks. This is kind of the same length. I was worried about this SZ and wasn't sure it was Hungarian, but I've just seen that this place starts with an SZ. So it very well could be Budapest. Let's maybe just go over here somewhere. Okay, so we're possibly in Hungary. Let's have a quick look at the satellite view and see if the buildings look tall enough in these areas. Like maybe this kind of place. It's hard to tell from satellite view, obviously, but they do look like 6 stories. Match with this. Is there an older part looking? Doesn't look like we're on this side. I think this is quite hilly unless we're up here somewhere. So I think I'm actually going to leave it on this side and like this street here maybe. We've got a little angle here, so let's go there. I could be completely wrong, but I think that's my best guess. Now let's look at the cars. We have a lot of boxy vehicles, which makes me think 70s possibly. Yeah, I would think 70s. It's difficult with the black and white, it's a bit deceptive. But everyone is wearing jeans, so a lot of people wearing jeans. So it might actually even be early 80s. We do have a taxi over here. This truck looks a bit older. Fortunately, I don't recognize any of the cars. Is anything in the distance? Not really, not picking anything out. Trying to think were there any historical events that I might have heard about, but not really. It could just be a car crash and people are getting out to look. I'm not really sure. So I think with those vehicles though, they're too boxy to be 60s. I'm thinking at least possibly a Lada or something like that. I don't know if the Russian vehicles made their way over to Hungary or not. I think we're late 70s, early 80s possibly. This truck is definitely older, but I think we'll stick with that. I wouldn't be surprised if we're off a mile off again. It was 1990. They were using those kind of vehicles in 1990. Wow. We're definitely on for a terrible score today. We'll be lucky to get 40,000 points, I think. So, a 1990 taxi blockade, a 4-day strike against petrol prices in Hungarian taxi drivers blocked the road in Budapest. So at least we're at the right location. My ears are suffering today. I could not see that being 1990. I was 6 years old at the time. I suppose those countries gonna have slightly older cars. Anyway, right. This is an interesting one, and it reminds me of almost like the Mekong River, or Mekong Delta possibly. We have an embossment on the picture here for Alcide Fulongo Luca. Sounds Italian. I don't know if we're in Italy. We could be. Didn't strike me as Italy at first, but I suppose with all the white people here it could be. But I was thinking originally like a foreign correspondence club in Cambodia. I've been there. It had a very similar kind of feel to the building by the river, but obviously given this, I think we'd be insane to go anywhere other than Italy. So I think we might actually just be on one of the Italian lakes, possibly. Are these boys Italian? Yeah, it looks like it. So I thought maybe these were locals fishing, but no. It looks like we definitely could be in Italy. Again, the euro is going to be really difficult here. There's no other real clues as to where we are. I'm wondering if this is a name of a place. I don't really know. Luca, is that a person's name or is it a place? And is this a place? Alcide. Let's have a quick look at the Italian lakes. That would be my first guess. So Lake Garda is obviously one of the most famous ones, so I think we might just put it along the coast here somewhere and be done with it. Okay, the year is very difficult. Guys in suits, floral dresses, looks post World War II to me. Thinking 50s, early 60s. Floral dress. Yeah, what about this lady back here? We'll probably be a mile off with the year again. I'm gonna go 58. Let's guess. It was 1950, and there's a Luca. That's near Pisa. I probably saw it the other day when I had the round in Pisa. And this is the lake. So it was only Luca was the nearest thing. Again, the year was a mile off, so Our points still struggled. And the last round. So we're going to need to 10k this to get anywhere near 40,000 points. That's going to be very difficult. The image actually strikes me as being very modern. We've got a guy just enjoying a cigarette here by a street vendor. Martabak, special Martabak. We have an RP for price by the looks of it. Is that rupees? Or is it RS or... oh no, it's RP. So does that mean we're in India, possibly? JA, or is it Indonesia? Do they have rupees in Indonesia? These guys look more Indonesian than they look Indian, that's for sure. And that JA, oh, is there an address here? Let's see. Unfortunately, no. The language does strike me as Indonesian. But I'm hoping that says JA, Jakarta. So I think we could possibly be in Jakarta. Can't see enough information there. Kaflan. But is this the address for this place, or is this their address for their office? Because it doesn't particularly strike me as an office. So we might not even be in Indonesia. And Indonesia is such a large country that it is, well, it's so spread out that if I go, Jakarta's fairly central, but if it's anywhere near Java or over here, then it's going to be losing a lot of points. But we're going to have to go Jakarta just based on the JA. We have a Cengke, or Senke, I don't know how, it's not CH, I don't know how it's pronounced. I don't think we're going to find that in Jakarta, it's such a massive city. Just check around the center, just in case. Nah, we're not going to find it. But I'll go central, Jakarta, just in case. Now, the year, as I said, it does look pretty modern. The black number plates, are they not Malaysian? I'm trying to remember my GeoGuessr meta. I thought black number plates on a motorbike were Malaysian. But JA wouldn't work for Malaysia. Unless it's JL. This doesn't look Malaysian to me. It could be, but what current? I've been to Malaysia. What currency do they use? It's not rupees. I'm trying to remember what they use now. I went there. When was it? 2016 during the World Cup. Let's see, it's very hot. Yeah, I think have we got some duck eggs by the looks of it. I'm not a big fan of duck eggs, they're incredibly salty. Right. I think we're going to go pretty modern. I think even modern day here, to be honest. I think we might go 2024. And just hope and pray that we hit 40,000. I don't think we're going to. I think we're going to be shy of it. Oh, it's 2015. So I've lost even more points. I wouldn't have been able to guess 2015 off that. So it is Jakarta at least. So the locations have been good. This is our worst score for some time now. Let's put that into my spreadsheet. Let's see if I can just copy it from here and save me having to write the thing. I don't know if that's actually going to work. No, it didn't. Other than it being massive. I'll adjust that later, but it's brought my average score down a little bit. Let's see, yeah. So over the past week, we've been all over 40,000 apart from this one here. So it's brought us down a touch. It's not the worst score in the world. It was a particularly hard round. That Italian round was very difficult. I was impressed I managed to get the location in Finland. And Hungary was good. It was just our years being off on everything. 6 years off, 7 years off, 12 years off, 8 years off, 9 years off. I think one thing I need to look at is the the difference between 70s and 80s clothes. I can tend to recognize the cars a bit better, but the 70s and 80s clothes, I always get them mixed up. But you live and learn. A bit more study required, I think. Okay, I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.